Told to do something, you move forward and the story progresses. So, anybody who thinks the Final Fantasy games are actually open world sandbox games, I think you don't know what the term sandbox game means. Hey buddies! Welcome back to Chris and Andy Play. My name is Chris.
I'm Andy.
And we're playing Parasite Eve 1 for the PlayStation 1. And it's elevator time!
We did in fact look up where to go, because kind of want to finish this. That was your elevator music?
That was my elevator music, yeah.
I dig.
It just seemed very elevator-y. You know what? I wish there was more elevator music in general. Like, there are far too many elevators I go into and they're dead fucking silent. And it's like cutting a fucking tension with a knife.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird. I can totally be in a room silent with a stranger or a group of strangers, and it's like not uncomfortable. But if it's an elevator, it's just like it's so awkward. And I'm generally uncomfortable with people I don't know. So being in a room in silent and not being uncomfortable, that's like it's a big thing for me.
You know what I think it is about elevators? It's there at any given moment in time, there is the possibility that you will be trapped forever. Like, I mean, like, there's the possibility, like, if you enter like a regular room, you're like, oh, this is the first time I've been in this room. You just enter the room and you go in, there's always that exit. But in an elevator, when you enter that room, there is the possibility that it will stop and you will not be able to exit.
Well, what if you get into a room and somebody just locks the door behind you and they're like, I am gonna kill you now. You're trapped because I'm a killer.
I don't think that shows up in everyday life as much as elevators.
That is a good point. Did you like my crazy serial killer voice?
Well, I believed it for a moment.
I'm gonna kill you.
See, you know what?
I paused it long enough so everyone could read sperm.
Sperm.
They said sperm twice.
Yeah.
Skeet's dirty. Skeet's dirty.
Skeet. Yeah, but like, you know what I liked about that particular voice? It didn't sound like maniacally crazy or anything. It just sounded like, oh yeah, that guy could really kill me. I legitimately feel fear.
It wasn't over the top Hollywood evil. It was just
it wasn't like,
I'm a bad guy.
Holy shit, yeah, fuck you.
That's why Daniel's in the game. That's why he's always just 2 minutes behind Aya, so he could do that. That justified his existence.
The Japanese guy's like, I'm glad I met you earlier. Like, Maida.
Seriously, what was like scientist gonna do? He's gonna slap her? She would just shoot him.
Sapa. All right, so there's an interesting thing. Sapa is a whip sound from another story that won't be released. So maybe one day you will understand what sapa means. But today, it's just there. It's just there.
What's your whip noise? What's your whip noise sound like?
Well, I think I'm mostly influenced by the pop culture references to Licorice Whip. So a lot of the time it's just whoosh. So I think that's what I get.
It's pretty standard.
Yeah, it is.
I do this whip noise I got from my dad, so it's very over the top and sounds nothing like a whip. It has kind of like the wind up, but it doesn't have a crack. It almost has like a slap sound.
Holy shit, he's on fire.
Yeah. But it's like not really whip like. And I'm actually doing it pretty bad. That was a bad impression, but
well, it sounds a lot like what sound effects for whips sound like. Have you ever been around like a sonic boom, like the crack of an actual whip?
No, I've only heard whips in like movies and stuff.
Oh,
I've never actually heard a real whip.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because like the reason why there is a crack of a whip, right, is because the way motion works, and like helicopter blades do this too. That like because the motion at the I can't remember where you're starting from all the way to the end. Like a small motion at the end is such a huge motion so from one end to the other. So like where you're holding the whip is a small motion. Where you the edge of the whip moves at such a high velocity due to that it actually breaks the sound barrier, and that's why you actually get the crack of the whip. And it's something you feel with your entire body. It's like being at a concert. It's like you feel it in your chest. It's crazy. Because like you're moving faster than the air can actually travel the sound. It's cool. And it is like, it's like a gunshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like seriously.
That meant to be a question. I did not put the question inflection at the end of that.
Huh?
But you knew what I meant.
Yeah, like, no, it sounds like a gunshot.
Huh.
Like, not like a huge gun or anything. Like, you know, like if you've ever heard like a 22 go off, like a 9mm.
Guns are like, guns get up to like 100 and something decibels, or?
They get pretty loud.
They're like dangerous loud.
Yeah, I mean, and like the things about like guns, like they're very directional sounds, right? Like the way the barrel works, right? Like is it's pointing it in a certain direction, so the sound is more likely to move forward than it is to come back towards the ear, but it's still very loud. When the whip cracks, there is nothing orienting it. It just goes from wherever the point is at the end, just everywhere. It's cool. So there you go. If you have the opportunity to hear a whip crack, I suggest doing it because it's part of life. Whip cracking is life.
Just don't accidentally whip yourself in the face like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, it's not like cracking whip is not easy. Like actually moving it like that, it takes like a lot of skill. Like
I'm nodding again.
yeah, totally. No, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not something everybody does, and like the first time you pick up a whip, you're not gonna be able to do it. Not that I haven't actually used a whip. I've just seen it demonstrated by someone else. I don't remember, like, I'm gonna say that I don't believe that I remember ever handling a whip in any real fashion. So my commentary there, where like saying like, oh, it's just not easy. I don't know if that's actually true. It might be easy. Maybe you can just pick it up and do it.
Might depend on the length of the whip, because the longer it is, the more like force you got to put into it, right?
Well, yes, but also the longer the whip, the more likely it would crack.
Oh.
Right? Because I mean, as far as
yes, I unlocked the door.
Yeah.
I'm going a new direction.
So going back a little bit earlier, like the reason why like helicopters sound the way they do is because like the rotor blades at the tip are actually breaking the sound barrier. That's actually why it's very difficult for a helicopter to reach supersonic speeds. Yeah. Science. This science is brought to you by Parasite Eve, a game about science that isn't real, based on it's a sequel to a book, or a movie based on a book, which, if you don't know already, you should have watched all of our episodes.
Yes, if you skip to this one,
thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for coming in for the first time to Parasite Eve and Chris and Andy Play, where we enjoy talking about things that probably don't matter in real life, like, you know, when it's time to clip your toenails. We haven't talked about that yet, but it is something that we have just said and probably means nothing to you.
Yeah, as long as we're on the topic.
Yeah.
I always wait way too long.
Yeah?
I just forget about them.
Well, I guess, like, how often are your feet socked?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Unless I'm, like, going to bed. But then I'll see them, I'll be like, oh, they're long, I should clip them. I don't want to right now.
Yeah,
I just forget.
like, I know, I always get into this, there's your Triceratops. You were right. Andy is correct in this episode.
Yay.
We'll verify it. You know, so if you were listening earlier and you were saying, like, oh, yeah, no, there's probably a Triceratops. I mean, like, I've played this game before. I seem to remember one. There it is. It's here right now. Awesome. It's got lightning bolts. Again, another Pokemon from the Pokemon universe, brought to you by Parasite Eve.
There's no lightning shooting Triceratops. Pokemon, is there?
There's like 700 of them or something stupid.
No,
there's like 9 million Pokemon.
There isn't 9 million Pokemon.
There's 151.
There's almost 300, I think. Isn't there?
There's only 151 that count. That's the first 150 plus Mew. You know, because like when you get into like trash can and ice cream cone territory, I don't count them as Pokemon anymore.
Like, that first generation was best. And like some of the ones in Silver and Gold are really good too, but like everything after that I was just like, I don't care, it looks stupid. I don't care, it looks stupid. Oh god, it looks so dumb. Yeah, some of the exceptions, like I really like Chandelure. You don't even know what that is.
No, I have no idea what that is. I mean, like even like second generation, like when you get into the Gold and Silver, I'm already like, so unknown is how many of the Pokemon? Like they didn't even bother. Like they're just gonna pick a different Like, I think it only counts as one, but, like, I mean, there are, like, 13 different varieties of... Like, what?
I shot its head off.
And then there's Giraffic. When, you know, like, there's the freaking tree guy.
Oh, that's where... Oh, Sudowoodo?
Sudowoodo, yeah.
Is that where Lucario was in, that one, yeah?
Are you arguing that Lucario is a good Pokemon?
I think his design, I think he's cool looking. He's cooler looking than Sudowoodo and Giraffic. You don't think Lucario looks kind of cool? He's not my favorite.
I don't like the legendaries from that series, to be honest.
He's not legendary.
Yeah, he is.
No, he isn't.
Lucario's a...
No, he's not legendary.
I thought he was legendary.
Nah.
I thought it was him and Ho-Oh.
Nah. The only thing I think...
So who's the legendary from Silver?
Oh...
I'm pretty sure it's Lucario.
No. Lucario's just like, you'll get him as... But like his unevolved form. As like a gift or something. Like, I don't think he's capturable. But he's not a legendary.
Because I know Ho-Oh is the legendary from Gold. And if you...
Oh, that's a bird, right?
Yeah, that's a bird.
I think the other one is, it's like a flying... Some other flying thing. I think.
Yeah, it's like a gray, purple...
Ah!
What the shit is that?
Anyway, it's not Lucario. If I'm wrong, someone can tell me, but I'm pretty sure it's not Lucario.
Leave a comment. Favorite and subscribe.
How did that work out? It rammed.
Follow us on Twitter. You can reach us at ChrisAndyPlay. And also on Facebook, like our Facebook page.
It landed on me. Or sorry, it rammed me, but I somehow landed on it.
Is it boss fight time?
I don't know.
Get those boxes.
I'm gonna. Jeez. Gotta spend these bonus points first.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, we're 100.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I swear Lucario is the legendary from Silver.
No, look it up. Look it up right now on your phone. Look it up. Do it.
Okay, here we go. Make some interesting noises and or do something of some form of...
I'm fighting the T-Rex. That's the entertainment.
Okay.
And be silent so everyone can enjoy that.
Wow.
Everyone enjoy that. Hey, Jurassic World. Did you watch that trailer?
I haven't.
It looks pretty cool.
I'm gonna watch Jurassic World.
I am too, man. I liked it. Or I like the trailer. I liked it. Trailer. Well, here's the T-Rex. Quite a bit smaller than I remember.
That's not T-Rex sized. I mean,
its tail is
it's close.
Gross and big.
It's close, but as far as scale goes, it's not quite large enough. All right, so I'm gonna look up.
I turned into an angel.
All right, I'm gonna type into Google. Here's what I'm typing in. Who is the legendary Pokemon from?
You could just type Gold and Silver legendaries.
From
Are you
Silver.
seeing this?
No,
I just cast a spell.
That is awesome.
It just wrecked the...
I totally remember that.
Did all kinds of... I don't remember this at all.
Oh, I do. I vaguely remember. I remember that animation. That is all.
Oh, but I'm all dizzy now. I wonder... Man, he was off screen, so I couldn't see how much damage that did. I wonder if it was hitting for, like... I wonder what it was hitting for. Shit, fire! Okay. Shit. Okay.
All right.
The only thing I knew is... I think that's the last power you get. So I kind of assumed it would be good. But
yes.
I did not know what it did. Out of range. You poop.
I'm still looking it up. Don't worry about it, guys. Yeah. I'm getting there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm still fighting this guy. Should heal up though. I don't want to just. I don't want to use up all my medicines.
I was wrong.
Yes. I knew I was right. Only because I played.
It's Lugia.
Lugia, yes, a big flying like psychic flying.
See, here's the thing. They both start with L, and I don't care about them. So obviously they mean the same thing in my head.
Oh, the classic. Well, I don't like it, so that's why I was wrong. Argument. Very good.
Yeah.
I knew. I should have known it was Lugia.
Okay, now I need to know.
Lugia. Lugia is like one of my favorite legendaries.
Lucario. What the hell is What is Lucario then?
It's like. I think it's fighting type. You know, if Mike was here, he'd know. That's like his favorite.
I have spelt that incredibly wrong because Google doesn't even know how to autocorrect it.
It's fighting, or it might be it's
oh,
fighting
there it
steel.
is.
Fighting steel.
Oh, Lucario's the one from Smash Brothers.
Yes,
he's stupid.
He looks cool. He's like a kung fu. He's like a purple kung fu wolf. He looks kind of cool. As far as Pokemon go, he looks kind of cool. Most Pokemon look stupid. They look cartoony and goofy. He looks kind of cool.
I will give you this one and only point. He looks more like a Digimon than any Pokemon, and that gives him a slight leg up.
Oh, you like Digimon?
Yeah? Digimon's way better than Pokemon.
Yeah, I
will argue that to the death.
I'm not gonna argue Pokemon. I never got into Digimon. I have nothing to say. That's all.
See, like, this is the thing that like people are like, oh, you like that Pokemon knockoff, Digimon? And I'm like, okay, first off, it's not a knockoff. It actually came about the same time. If I want to. Now I'm into I'm into the territory of looking shit up, because I don't want to be wrong on this one. Which came first, Digimon or Pokemon? Oh, that's the second thing on YouTube. Because they came out almost at the exact same time, and people like sort of picked out like, oh yeah, Pokemon, Digimon's a clone. But I'm pretty sure they either came like at the same time, or one was, no, Pokemon is earlier by 2 years.
Oh.
It was 97 that Digimon came out. I don't know. I think it was interesting to me. Digimon seemed like a better show. So I paid more attention to that. Like, and as far as like the games went, like originally Digimon was like a handheld. It was like Tamagotchi, right?
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say my group of friends, we got into Digimon long before Pokemon, like at least a year.
Well, because
I don't
originally
know why,
Pokemon came out in Japan in '95, but we didn't see it here until I think '98.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't see it for a few years, which is why like things like when the Pokemon show finally started airing, we didn't see a lot of there was like a bunch of stuff cut and whatnot, like.
So Pokemon came first, but did we get Digimon first? Maybe is that what you were thinking? Maybe.
Sorry, dying.
How dare you? Die on your own time, Chris. Do I just leave?
This
now?
episode's running long, so you know what? I'm going to say goodbye, and we will talk about more about Pokemon, Digimon, and other things next time on Chris and Andy Play. Bye. Digimon was the same thing, only it had the option of like how you treated it, like its levels of whether or not you fed it and cleaned up its shit properly. It could evolve a little bit, but here's the kicker. When you connected it to another Digimon device, you could fight them.
I remember the whole like, because training was basically you entered training mode and you kept tapping this button to keep training.
Yeah.
So like my friends and I, we'd be in school. Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. We'd be in school. Get me in the store playing, but like in class, so it just looked like we're like just jerking off under our desks trying to train so we can fight.
You damn kid, stop jerking off! I'm not jerking off. I'm playing Pokemon.
So
I mean, the Digimon games in my pocket.